Hey, I'm David Beckham, BreezeFlippers. I'm back in my office. It's late on a Wednesday night. Normally I like to put a video out Wednesday mornings. I usually do it the day before, but it's been kind of a busy week. I've had a lot of stuff going on, both work. This is my part-time gig. I have a full-time gig during the day, so it's been really busy. We had some stuff going on too from the business-wise. We did our first live auction last night on Dibdit, and that went really well. I want to talk a few minutes about that. And it also seemed like I touched a nerve last week with the Is eBay Dead video. I got a lot of comments, which is the whole reason why I created this channel in the first place. I'm not here to get rich. I wanted to create and spark conversation. That's what I'm looking for. I sit here and I work on this business by myself. I have some help from my wife, but I don't really have anyone else to talk to about reselling. So my opportunity is to talk to you right now on video and get some comments and get some conversation going. And I've got some pretty interesting comments. I might read a few and go through some of those and give my opinion on some of this too. So also had some decent sales. I got one that I'm really excited about, probably my biggest sale I've ever made. So let's get into it. First of all, the video that I made last week, I think, and I hope everybody understood, I wasn't really making it to say that I think eBay is dead. I personally don't believe eBay is dead. I am hearing a lot though, and reading a lot, how many people are upset and frustrated right now with eBay. And it just makes you think, right? And I start thinking about it and I'm like, well, I kind of like to talk to somebody about it. I'm talking to you guys. So I appreciate your comments. I appreciate all the people that have watched that video. It's one of the better ones that I've done. And I really do. I thank everybody for going out there and leaving comments. My whole point of that was I don't believe that eBay is dead, but there are a lot of people that feel that it's in trouble, right? There could be many things, macro, micro, that have to do with it. The economy is bad right now. Obviously, there's some political unrest and different things that are going on that we don't know where things are going. All of these things play into what happens in the economy, right? So inflation is back up. People are not buying as many things that are non-essential. So we know that things can be rough. We know that there are some eBay sellers out there right now that are killing it. And not just eBay. I'm going to stop saying just eBay because honestly, I want to start saying reselling, because reselling could encompass whether you're successful on Mercari, Poshmark, eBay, Depop, wherever you sell your wares. That's, you could be doing very well on that. I know people who never touch eBay and do very well on Poshmark. So it just really depends on, the market that you're in, the niche that you're in, and what you're selling. But we do know there's a lot of things going on out there that are affecting what's happening in eBay, but also, reselling in general. And we also know there may or may not be issues that are happening with their site, because it just seems weird that sometimes you go sale, nothing for a day. So that was kind of the way my week has been. We had some more sales that came in over the weekend. Like I said, I filmed early last Sunday because the Super Bowl, and as I was sitting there, we got more sales that evening afterwards, and then we got another sale, three more that night. So there were some good sales. And then after that, Monday and Tuesday were just kind of blah. So there was really nothing, but we did sell some good stuff. And let's talk about that real quick and kind of show what happened and what we actually sold. First of all, earlier, well, actually, to be honest with you, I got to see if we sold anything. No, we didn't sell anything after Monday and Tuesday, so everything actually came today. So that's kind of weird that it was that slow, but those things are going to happen. But today the gates opened up, so the eBay gods were smiling on me, and I guess that's what was going on. Well, first of all, we did sell another Playboy magazine. This one is March 2005, and it looks like Paris Hilton on the front. So nice looking magazine. Ended up getting $14.99 for that, and of course we shipped those out free shipping. That's something I'm going to have to look at. These aren't selling as fast as I would like to get rid of them, so I may run some specials and do some different things and try something different. Maybe the free shipping isn't attracting people. I don't know. We're gonna try something though. Let's see. We also did a trade paperback. So this is the Extreme X-Men. This is Claremont and LaRocca. So nice book. I think I picked this up. Matter of fact, I know I picked this up in one of the big estate sales where I bought all those comics last year. And so this was one of the ones I picked up. I paid probably less than $1 for it after everything was said and done. We ended up getting $7.59 for that, and we're going to get $6.99 shipping. Wouldn't be a good day if we didn't sell a hat, right? So, like I said, if I sell a comic book, and if I'd have sold a video game, then I would have hit the trifecta again. Last weekend, I actually did hit it: video game book, video game comic book, and a hat. So, but I did sell a hat today, and this is the, I'm going to say this wrong, Los Angeles Angels. I'm not a baseball fan, never have followed baseball, but I probably should, because I'm trying to learn cards, so I should learn baseball players. But this one is I believe this is an on-field cap, 5950 New Era, and it's a nice looking hat. It actually looks almost new. So it's size 7 3/8, and it's like a dark blue black. But got $17.59 for that, and all my hats ship out at $4.99. And this is absolutely the biggest sale that I think I've made. I have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure it's the biggest sale I've made, but one of the best comic book sales I made. But it's also bittersweet, because this is one of my favorite, just one of my favorite covers, to be honest with you. This is an Amazing Spider-Man 430, and it is the cover with the Carnage and Silver Surfer appearance, and then Thunderbolts. There's a whole kinds of people in here: Citizen V, Atlas 8, Techno cameo, and all these different cameos. This is a 9.8 CGC. It sold for $400. So I took a best offer. I've had this one up. This is kind of a weird market for this one. This is a newsstand, so the price was kind of strange, because there was one anomaly that sold last year. It sold for I think $1,000 or $999, and that was back in March of 24. But every other sale before that had been a lot less. So sometimes they project, they go, well, this book is going up. It's actually not really going up. I think it was just one outlier that kind of set the market. And then so I had it listed for about $590. I had it on sale for $569. I just took an offer of $400, because, well, if I sell that book, I can get other ones. So that's the whole point of the comic collecting and reselling that I'm doing. So I'm really trying to find an ASM 300. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So, and honestly, I wouldn't be able to replace it with a 9.8. Couldn't afford that, but I could probably get into like a 9.2 or a 9.4 or somewhere there. So, but that's went out, and so we have $495 that went out this week. So looking at my numbers again, like I always try to do, if we see where we're at. Let's see. Well, you know what, guys? eBay's being really... So if sales drop off tonight, we're going to know why. Because honestly, eBay has been like really quirky. It has not been working for me at all tonight. And I know it's not my internet connection, because everything else is working. So the last I looked, though, we were up, I still, quarter over quarter last year, we're still up about 79%. So we've done pretty well. We're staying right on track. I think this one will bring us up a little bit more, though. And we're, obviously our ASP is really high. So it was north of $30 already. So, which is good. So, but anyway, so that's kind of what sold. Now, getting back to the video that I did, and I guess some of the questions and answers and different things that I got from it, I found it kind of interesting. Well, I actually found one. I found one interesting comment that I really didn't understand. It says, "Yet another grown child." So I guess because I collect comic books, I have no idea, but if it's a choice between being an old guy and a young guy, I'll take the young guy. And then I've heard people say that, yeah, it's dying, it's unfair. If you think about this, you pay to promote listings. I mean, it kind of go on. A lot of people were mad about it, saying, we got to promote listings, we got to do all this. I had one guy that joked and said, yeah, no one else try. We didn't want to start anybody. I thought that was pretty funny. And then, as far as some people saying they've been back on eBay since way back in 1999, and so that there have been issues ever since. There's some people that say they don't have any problem. One guy said he sells 100,000 a year with physical media. It can be slow, but it's not dead. I totally agree. It can be slow. It really depends on what you sell. That is the biggest key, right? We know that it's really dependent on what you sell. If you sell necessities, you're probably going to do better. If you're selling books and things that are that people are looking for right away, you're going to do better. If it's, you know, kitchen utensils, different things that people need, you're probably going to do well. I'm always shocked that comic books sell, and because comic books to me are not a necessity. They're just you know, they're a want to have. They're wants. And so so I find that kind of interesting. There were just a bunch you know, that they sit there. Somebody said something about you can't compare eBay fees to Dibdit when there's 200 million buyers and shoppers on eBay. And I totally agree with that. Actually, I think it's closer to like $1 billion a year or more. It's several billion. So when you look at how many people are on eBay, obviously they are, like I said, the 800-pound gorilla in the room. They're the biggest out there, and they're always going to be honest with you, when you're that big, they're the hardest one to change too. It's like the old saying goes, you know, it's easier to turn a speedboat than a battleship, and it takes a long time to turn a battleship. So things in eBay don't happen fast. I think they do try. I think they do listen. I listened to a podcast today. I think it was the Nashville Flippers, and you know, they had somebody on there that was talking about that. There was an eBay ambassador on there, and they were talking about some of the things and the changes that they had talked to eBay about. It's all good stuff, right? I think that eBay listens, but I don't think eBay can react as fast. But in the end, you know, I'm still looking at it and I'd say I'd rather be all in on eBay, or all in on at least eBay and another site or something, than I would to say I was all in on like a Mercari. I haven't had any sales on Mercari in 3 months. I haven't had a sale on Poshmark in 2 months. Now, I may be doing something wrong. I probably am. I'm not focusing on that. And that was one of the things that really got me thinking today, is like, where do I want to focus my time? And I think as a reseller, I need to look at it to say, okay, I only have so many hours in a day. This isn't my full-time job. If it was my full-time job, I'd be totally different. I'd be everywhere and everything all the time. But you know, I have to focus on what's going to be good. eBay makes good money. Today, $400 sale. Love it. That's perfect, right? So that's going to be a good week. There'll be another good payout this week. But you know, if I'm not making anything on Mercari, I'm not making anything on Poshmark, I'm seriously thinking about just pulling the plug on those and forgetting about it, saving my $100 a month on List Perfectly, and just worrying about what's on eBay. Now, I will tell you that we did have our first Dibdit, DIBDIT.com. If you're not familiar with it, it's part of the District network, and it is a marketplace on District. We did have our first live last night. I didn't know what to expect, and ended up getting on there, and started out, Kevin Brown, Commonwealth Picker, came on and actually walked me through how to do some stuff, and started my live. And I was selling all media. I sold $269 in less than an hour, and I think my payout's going to be somewhere in the $215 range after fees and shipping. So, and this is all media, so CDs, DVDs, and VHSs. I had at one point, I had 50 something people in the actual live, and I think I had 26 sales total, so a little over $10 average per sale. But some of these sales were really good. I was doing really good, and I'm very happy with that. That experience was 10 times better than the experience I had on Whatnot. And I'm not blaming Whatnot. That's completely on me, right? Because I didn't have a social media following. Even though I put information out there and said, hey folks, come out here, I had 5 people in my auction on Whatnot, and 3 of them were family. It's just the way it goes, right? So, and thank God my family did buy some stuff, and you know, it was the way it was. My brother bought stuff and says, hey, don't send it to me. So I'm like, no, I'm going to send something, so I'll send you something anyway. But you know, that's just the way it goes, right? And there are people that I know that are killing it on Whatnot, just killing it. And that's good. I'm glad for them. But I'm also seeing that the people that are really killing it are on there constantly, and they're able to source things a lot differently than I can. I'm only able to source a couple days a week. I can source on Saturdays, and every once in a while I can hit a thrift store over lunch during the week. That's about it. Or my sourcing is through Facebook Marketplace, or I'm looking at stuff on Dibdit Commons.net. If you're not Shop Commons, you might take a look at that one too. It's a great place to buy bulk items. So, but that's really it. So it's difficult to get enough merchandise to be able to maintain that. But I liked it so much. It's fun, right? So I had a great time. Actually, the people are very nice. I mean, they're great. And so I had a really good time. And I'm going to do it again Thursday night at 7 o'clock Central Time. So I'm going to sell the rest of that media. I'm hoping to sell everything off. Now that I kind of understand what I'm doing, we'll move faster and see if I can set up more sales. We're doing 20-second auctions and try to run them fast and see if we can basically get rid of this stuff. So we're really trying to move out stuff. And that's exactly what I'm going to use it for. I'm going to take all the stuff that has just been sitting on eBay for a year and it's just clogging up my store, and we're going to try to pare that down to get things that are selling regularly. And I'm also going to look at selling things that are under $15 there. So if we can't sell it in our booth, it's not something that I can ship or something I feel comfortable shipping, or I'm going to put it in the booth if I put some of those lighter things and smaller things in there that I know sell well there. But the rest of it I'm going to try to sell on Dibdit. So we're going to try and do 1 auction a week at least, maybe 2, because we can use that progressive shipping and stuff. So it worked for me. It may not work for other people. And yeah, I think it takes away a little bit of focus from eBay, but I've got eBay down, to a point where I'm doing, every day between 5 and 10 listings every day. And I do those in spurts and I schedule them out, right? So I'm scheduled out right now through the 20th of the month. So all I got to do is sit down and I'll do 10 or 15 more sometime this week, schedule a few more days out. So I'm always trying to stay 2 weeks ahead, and that's not that hard. So, if you plan your time and do your time right, it's not that difficult. So yeah, so it was different to try something that worked, and I was very happy that it worked. And that doesn't mean that every time I go on there, it's going to work, but it just means that I think it's just a different avenue and a different place to go. And I'd rather focus my time into that, because I like that community, I like that group, than I would be to Mercari or Poshmark. That isn't really doing me any good. So, and there's also other markets there that we can start looking at too, like Dibdit Threads, where we can sell clothes, Dibdit Cards. I've started kind of looking at card collecting because I love the non-sports cards, but I also have some sports cards just because I bought some this weekend at a garage sale. I think I spent $30 and I probably got, 500 different cards, basketball, football, some baseball, women's basketball. So it'll be fun. I went through those and pulled out about 50 to 75 that are probably good to sell. And I could probably sell them on Dibdit Cards, just because I can get $1 or $2. I'll make my money back in some and start to kind of build a little reputation there. So, but that's kind of what's been going on. And and honestly, like I said, the video that I did last week was, even though, I'm trying to grab attention, that's the whole point, right? I really wanted conversation, and I got it. I got a lot of people. I got some negative comments, and I got some thumbs down, and that's okay. I'm going to get that. I'm not here to try to win everybody over and move you over to one platform or another, or move you off something. I'm really just here to kind of get some opinions, right? I want to hear from you guys. I really enjoy doing the videos and talking, and this is taking me a while. So this is what, my 30th or 40th video that I put up on my channel, and I feel better about what I'm doing because I kind of have a plan now. At least I know where I'm going with it, and I am going to and have started working on some screen shares where I'm going to show some of the tools that I use in eBay that makes my life easier. So I think the key, especially if you're a part-time seller, because a lot of people maybe freak out a little bit when they start seeing, are they going to start selling, or do I even have time, or do I even want to try? There are some tools you can use, both free and and maybe paid, that you can use that speed up some time. Like I'm a big believer in AI. I use AI as a partner. It does a lot of stuff for me that I don't have to do, and I want to show how some of that works. I want to show you guys how I use that. I want to show you guys how I use vidIQ. I want to show you how I use a lot of those different tools, and at some point I'll probably even show you guys my reseller genie. So if you're trying to keep track of your expenses and your bookkeeping, I used to have a terrible time with it. Well, truthfully, I had an easy time with it when I first started, because GoDaddy had a accounting program. I think it was GoDaddy Accounting. I can't even remember what the name of it is now, but it worked perfectly for eBay. It imported everything, it broke out the expenses, it did everything, and then they just up and quit. And so for a year, I didn't have any accounting system, and I was trying to use QuickBooks. And if you've ever used QuickBooks, you need a degree in engineering and an accounting degree to understand it. At least I did. That's just not my thing. So, so I tried very hard to use that. And then lo and behold, my reseller genie comes along towards the end of that year, and I jumped on it quickly. I was one of the first people that got in there and started using it, and I've been a total believer in that product ever since, because it helps you with your books. And if you're a small seller and you don't need a lot of the bookkeeping part of it, you can do the lowest end. It's like $9.99 a month, and the biggest package is $19.99 a month. And I pray to God that they don't ever raise that, because that is the best value right now of any package that I've purchased. So I wouldn't trade it for the world. If they went up to $25, I probably would keep it. I was not going to get rid of it, because it literally saves me hours and hours and hours. I'm getting ready to do my taxes this weekend. It is just go in there, pull a report. It'll actually do the Schedule C for me, and it just does all the work. So all I do is my other stuff, and boop, I'm done. So can't say enough good things about it. But those are the tools that I really want to start kind of talking a little bit about. So I'm going to try and dedicate a couple times a month that I just go through and show tools that I use. And then I'm hoping that I get some conversation about tools that you use that maybe you guys can use. And I also want to look at the eBay tools that are built into the eBay system. And I think a lot of people don't realize all the things that you can do with those tools. So we're going to take a look at that in the future as well. But anyway, that's what's happening. That's what's going on with us. It's been, like I said, a crazy week. It's going to be a crazy week the rest of the week. Tomorrow night with the auction, we're going to do another live, and we'll get that out. So we're going to have I'm hoping 50 to 60 packages to ship out this weekend. But I got my number one helper, Sherry, Mrs. BreezeFlippers, and she's going to help me get it through. And this whole system is very organized in there, and it seemed like it was pretty easy to go through. It bundles up the orders. It does everything for you. It's really nice. So all I got to do is package it up and put the box measurement in and the weight and get the label, and boom, it's done. So I think it'll be very quick and very easy. Once I do a couple, it's going to be fine. So anyway, I'll give you an update on the next video, probably at the weekend. I'll probably do one more over the weekend and kind of have that for the Monday, because I won't get 3 out this week. It's just going to be crazy. But I'll let you guys know how it goes. So thank you for being here. I hope your week is great, the rest of it. I hope you're having a safe time, and I hope your family's doing well and everything's going great. I'm David Beckham, BreezeFlippers. We'll see you.